Well, here we are, and our situation has definitely not been worse. I am down to 0 weapons right now. All I have access to is my fists, and unlike a lot of these other, jailbreak type stages and games, there are no secret passageways in here. This is the smallest cell you'll ever see, and all that's in here is this little skull to remind me that I'm gonna die. And it's an interesting way to start off a level, especially because we've already had all of our abilities taken away before when we switched from Kyle to Mara. So to do this again in the same mission set is kind of interesting. And what it does is that it works well with difficulty pacing. But first we're gonna get out of this cell, and although I don't have any weapons, I can make a little bit of noise to attract the guard and use the force to pull. Oh, but now I need to get by him. I don't want to fight him. I can fight him if I touch him real quick and go, but it takes forever and I'll probably get hurt. Instead, I'm just gonna run by. Oh, that was close. Now, it's interesting to note that even if you didn't use any of your force power points up to this point, the game automatically makes sure that you have force pull in your inventory and with a point in it. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and I might be, my memory is a little shot, but I don't think that Jedi Knight actually forced you to use the Force. Weird choice of words, I understand. But I don't think it actually forced you to ever use the Force in the level design to get past areas. I mean, Force jump, Force speed, Force seeing, it was all super useful, but I don't think it was ever necessary. I think that you could actually do a no-Force run of the game, which I find really interesting. This is really the first game that forces... I gotta start using a new word, that really utilizes the force powers in its level design in a way that kind of it makes you feel more like you need to be a Jedi to get through things, which I find really interesting. Intentionally not using force seeing here so that this can look a little cooler. Yes, we're about to fight a Rancor. I also love this cut to deadpan Mara Jade here. I don't know, something about her. She looks like a puppet or something. But we're on. We're playing the feud. So I'm just gonna grab myself my lightsaber, which they decided to store over here. But we still need to kill this Rancor to continue on. He does a lot of damage, so we're gonna want to just kind of touch him real quick and go. Like I said, force speed is very useful. Oh, as you can see, getting hit does a lot of damage. But I'm okay with it. There are a lot of power-ups here, health refills. But we're actually going to go backwards to find the first secret of the level, which I feel is rather cleverly hidden because you actually have to go back for it. But now that we have the lightsaber, we can just break through this gate up here. And that'll give us a revive. That takes me up to full health. After that, I guess what we can call it a boss battle. But like I was saying about the design in terms of how it works for pacing. The great thing about having levels where you're robbed of all your abilities at the start is that the designers can plan around knowing what your arsenal will be. There won't ever be the case that somebody will come to this level and they can have stored all their concussion rifle weapon energy from the last stage and then just be able to blast through all these enemies. That just won't happen because the designers have planned around that and make sure that you don't have any weapons other than the ones that you acquired throughout the stage. So I find that really interesting in terms of how you pace something in terms of difficulty. Really, they can make these encounters no more difficult than the last stage, but because you walk in with empty, it's automatically going to be more difficult. Now, that's the right way to go, but we don't want to go there yet. First, we need to go in here. Ow! Oh, no. Oh, that was way too close. I'm not too worried about my health. I'll get that back. For any fans of Empire Strikes Back, this should get a laugh. Oh no! Why was I programmed to feel pain? But here's where we need to go. And my test run through this stage, I completely forgot about this and then was running around for a bit trying to figure out what I did wrong. But here's another secret area, one that's really well appreciated because it gives us a ton of ammo for much more fun weapons. And also this here, it looks like just decoration, but this is actually a back-to-tank that you can walk into and restore all your health. Kind of like the back-to-tank that Luke Skywalker was in Empire Strikes Back, once again. So very useful secret to keep an eye out for. Now the next room, I'm just going to try and blast through these guys without doing too much damage to myself because this is a rather volatile weapon. Oh no! The secondary function attaches onto enemies like that, as you can see. I just love using it. It's a lot of fun. Ow. Whoops, I didn't even see that. I guess I don't really need to take care of these guys. I won't be spending too much time in this room, but it's interesting how this encounter is designed around so much space. I mean, you don't really find that in games these days, where you get to move around so much when encountering enemies. Now this area here is going to be a little tricky because I never make use of any throwable items in games, like these thermal detonators. I don't like using them, but the game is designed really well for enemies using them, because you just put enemies in high up spaces like that, and they can just toss down at you, and it's really tricky to hit them, not so tricky for them to hit you. Now we're actually going to climb up here, grab another secret, if I can find these boxes stackable enough, and we're just going to run over here for another revive. Thank you very much. I don't have to worry too much about performing very well on this stage, as long as I know all the secrets. But, so, right here was where we needed that little droid arm that we picked up in that conveyor belt room, which thankfully I remembered to actually get. Whoops, wrong button. I'm gonna be making a lot more use of force pull. It really is one of the most useful force powers in this game. I recommend it in terms of fighting any kind of gun-wielding enemies. Won't be so much useful later, but you'll understand what I mean. We're gonna hit that switch, and there's a little window here that shows us what it actually does, which I really appreciate, because I grew up on games like Myst, where flipping a switch and not knowing what it does just was the norm, and was so frustrating, especially when you had multiple discs to go through. Actually, speaking of multiple discs, something that I've been considering lately is that if this game were released today, as opposed to 20 years ago like it was... Oh. Hold on. Oh, look, I love that that enemy goes for a swim. Ow! What is hurting me? I'm gonna run away now. But yes, as I was saying, if this game was released today, as opposed to 20 years ago, it would be released episodically. I mean, each mission set would be released separately. We would go from the first Kyle missions to this set of Mara missions, and then the next two would be released separately as well. So pacing, I feel, is even more important in that regard. Not just overall pacing of the total game, but pacing within each chapter. So this stage really ends as the coda, or the final point, the culmination of the Kappa the Hutt storyline, which we're going to see come to an end here as we're stealing that surveillance technology that he asked us to get. And from here we just need to run far away, because this door coming up here is opened. And I'm going to try, not to get destroyed. And then up here, another long-distance shooting gallery. Oh, but lots of fun. Now, this next little area here, we obviously cannot jump into the water without dying, because that is electrified. And I'm not sure if this is the way that you're supposed to do it, but this is the way that I've always done it. I just kind of turn on force speed, and I bolt. Oh, but I usually do better than that. Hold on, let's retry that. Oh, poor Mara. You'll be okay. So you just gotta make the jump. Oh, and I didn't quite make it the way that I usually do, but I'm still okay. And from here we can just kind of keep going. I don't have to worry about saving all this ammo, because I won't have it in the next stage anyway. This is the last stage of this story, so they're gonna reset us. Not to bare fists for the next stage, but close enough. Now here you just want to flip those two switches. If you flip the third, this door locks behind us, and we don't want that. Oh, whoops, I was out of ammo and I didn't even notice. Oh, but before I go on, I mustn't forget our last little secret up here, in this little storage area. I'm going to turn to my thermal detonators and use secondary fire, so that I don't take any damage, because those exploding canisters can kill you pretty quickly. And here we have another revive, thank you very much. From here, I could take out the next batch of enemies. It's actually a fun little encounter, but I'm just going to run for it, because we need to turn off the electricity so we can get into this water area and get out of here, because the end of the stage is actually just straight through this catwalk. Now you'll notice that they're actually using in-game cutscenes here, and surprisingly they look better than the ones that they use most of the time. But that's the end of our Kappa mission set. And I feel it's a very interestingly paced one, because each stage is so different. We open up with an A to B stage that really focuses on using items as keys to progress, followed by an exploration-based stage that you kind of have to solve like one big puzzle. Then another A to B stage that is much more gun heavy and gunplay heavy, and then this one that really combines a lot of play styles. I mean, we start with our fists, which you can get some fist gameplay if you want. I kind of skipped all that, but whatever. Then we have a lightsaber focus, and you slowly building your arsenal and having gunfights in these large open spaced areas. So it's a neat little combination of many different missions. The next set is going to be a lot more of the A to B kind of standard level design stuff, but the reason for that is that the following set is going to be very different and kind of a first for the series, but we'll see that when we get to it. We did find all the secrets, and we earned ourselves some stars, but we're not going to spend any of them, and I don't recommend that you spend any of them either. In the next few levels, we're going to open up a lot more force powers, and you're going to want all of the extra stars that you can to fill those up. So we're just going to keep on moving from here. Let's do it.